Natural phenomena all around the world. In some countries, they have the auroras. We have heard of the Rainbow Mountains in China and in Peru. Even in our neighboring Malaysia, they have the blue tears. So, what does Singapore have to offer to the rest of the world? Oh my goodness. Yes, you heard right. Lightnings and thunders. Lots and lots of it too. Here in Singapore, we are blessed from a photography standpoint to see over 160 stormy weathers per year, according to NEA. November is the best time to see a storm, although this period between April and May can also create some stunning photography opportunities. With so many of us stuck at home because of the circuit breaker, we have a unique opportunity to discover new talents. Photographing lightning is a challenge for amateurs and professionals alike. You have a split-second opportunity to capture the image. Joanna, our host, recently spoke to Richard Chia, a member of our Adventures Unlimited community, about how he was able to add this unique photography skill to his arsenal.
Okay, hello Richard. How are you coping with
Hi.
the circuit breaker?
A lot of things have changed. So work-wise, mostly not impacted lah, because my job actually can be performed remotely. So, but I do miss the communication, interaction with my colleague face to face. So I miss all the lunch time, coffee talk section with my colleague. So yeah, these are the things that we miss lah. So, but we do actually meet up occasionally to Zoom. Yeah. To just chit chat and get in touch one another. Well, family-wise, it have it's quite a big impact because most of the time we will be actually at home, so I have to devote a lot of time trying to find things to do other than work, and of course I do more cooking now. So, and I think it already reached a stage where I don't know what to cook anymore. And now we actually reduce our meal from 3 meals to 2 meals, so it saved my cooking. So of course, there are things that actually benefit from this COVID-19. So now I get to exercise more. So in fact, every day I'm doing my exercise. So be it all the HIIT exercise, the butter exercise that's online. So I've been doing this most every day. Okay, no. Photography wise, very much impacted because I cannot simply just go out, loiter and take photograph. So most of the time I have to get by looking around my neighborhood, my house, find something to take. And if I go out, basically I'll just be snapping picture using my mobile phone.
So did you happen to pick up this lightning photography during this period, or did you know about this long ago already?
Well, I think lightning photograph have been pretty much existent now. It's just that it kind of struck me when I was actually doing some online free lessons. So on one of the actually online free lesson, right? The teacher actually said that actually kind of bad weather or stormy weather represent a very good timing for us to take photo. So, but most of the time, we will actually run away when we have a lightning or it's raining. So in a way, this kind of prompted me to just wanted to take photograph during bad weather. So it happened that at this period of time, it seems that we have a lot of thundery showers. So during thundery shower, it generally with a lot of lightning. So of course, that's kind of give me an idea. Why don't I just spend some time to try to take the lightning? Yeah, and that's how it actually comes about.
I see. And somehow now with the circuit breaker, you probably have a lot more time to sit there and wait for lightning, right?
Yeah, plus the fact that I'm actually can take it inside my house or along my corridor, which is safer than going outside.
Oh, so if you take at the corridor, also won't be struck by lightning, right?
Generally in Singapore HDB, you won't be. It is quite safe lah. It's actually protected, yeah, by lightning rod that is situated on top of the HDB flat. Yeah.
Okay, Richard. So before you start photography for the lightning, right? What kind of research do you do?
Nowadays we have apps that help us to actually forecast it kind of forecast the lightning when it will strike, and where it will strike by using the foam app. So an example of the foam app is actually from NEA Apps. So they actually can forecast rain and lightning. So it's a good place where you can start. We want to go into lightning photography. Of course, lightning is by itself is Mother Nature. So we have to respect Mother Nature, and we also have to read out a little bit of what are the safety aspects when we do lightning photography. So this is very important because, as you know, lightning by itself is deadly if it strikes you. So safety is very important.
Okay. So now, why don't you run us through what equipment that you use?
Okay. So basically, of course, you will need a camera. Yeah. So preferably something we have a manual mode. So usually a DSLR or mirrorless camera with a lens. And one very important, two actually very important thing is the remote controller, and of course the tripod. Yeah. So this remote will help you to actually trigger the camera when there's lightning. And basically the tripod will offer a stable support to hold your camera. Yeah, of course there are things that you want to have also is you might want to have a cloth. Yeah, because usually during this kind of weather there will be wind, there will be rain. So sometimes your lens get
The raindrops.
Yeah, the raindrops. So you might want to clean it. Yeah, of course if it's too heavy rain, you probably have to go to shelter and stop your photo shooting. So these are basically just a few equipment that you need. Yeah.
Okay, so now can you share with us what setting do you use?
Okay, so for lightning photography, basically there are two different types. One is the daytime, one is the nighttime. Of course, lightning by itself is fast, but it's not impossible to capture it. So on the daytime, it's a little bit more tricky. Yeah, because so basically what I do is that I set my camera to multi-snap mode with a very fast shutter speed and a very high ISO. So in daytime, basically is that once you saw the lightning, you just have to press the remote to capture multiple shots. So you just hope for the best that you capture the best shot. Yeah. So for this is for daytime. For nighttime, it's a lot easier. I basically set my camera to bulk mode. Bulk mode means that you will leave the shutter open. So in a way, normally I will open it for between 10 to 30 seconds before I close it. But of course, when the lightning strike, you will have to press the shutter to actually press the remote actually to close the shutter. Yeah. So for bulk, other than the bulk mode setting, I will also set my Fstop from 8 to 10, and with a very low ISO setting. So this is to prevent noise, because at night, if you do a high ISO setting, you tend to get noise in the way your photo will not be clear. Yeah, so these are very basic settings that I use. So of course, this setting for the nighttime and daytime will vary according to the type of camera you use. So in a way, you have to do a little bit of adjustment. So, but this is kind of a general setting that I use. Yeah, of course, for larger lightning system, right, it tends to stay longer. So the chances of you capturing it is
higher.
Will be better. Yeah, will be higher than the normal one single strike. Yeah, lightning. But sometimes, in a way, when lightning strike, you yourself will be, if it's very close to you, you might feel the shock, and then you might forget to press the remote. So yeah, these are things that comes together when you do lightning photography.
So actually, right, when you are saying about the night mode, the bulk mode, right?
Yeah.
So you're actually leaving it open, and when you see the lightning strike, you close it.
Yes.
But if you leave it open and for the next 50 seconds there's no lightning,
Well, that's why sometimes lightning program is really depend on luck. So, and also you have to do a bit research between sometimes one lightning to another lightning, there is actually kind of a timing. Yeah, but the timing might not be accurate. Yeah, sometimes it's like 20, 30 second interval, sometimes longer, 40 to 50 seconds. It depends on the weather. If you see a very big, it's a very big cloud system, right? A very heavy cloud. So, like if the lightning is more frequent, means the interval is shorter, lah. So if your cloud is not so big or it's not so kind of big system, right? Lightning, big cloud system, right? So your interval will be longer. So it kind of needs a bit of observation before you kind of know when it will strike, and
okay.
get the best out of it. So sometimes in the night, I might not get a single shot out of maybe 500. So patience also play a very important part when you do lightning photography. So of course it's good that you also get to train out the patient. Yeah.
Like fishing like that.
But
let's say in general, on average, right? Once there is lightning activity, how long will it last? Like 30 minutes?
Actually, last night there's a very big lightning system, so it lasted for more than 1 hour. So it really depends. Yeah, last night is really a big system, so it lasted almost 1 hour. But usually it lasts about 15 to 30 minutes. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
So you managed to capture a lot of nice photos yesterday? Last night?
It also depends on where you are, because on my side, the lightning happens to be on top of my HDB, so I can feel it, but I cannot take. Yeah, it sometimes also depends on where you are.
Okay, thanks Richard for sharing with us about lightning photography.
You're
So
welcome.
before we end today's session, why don't you share with us what's the next skill that you want to acquire?
Okay, so well, there is so much thing to learn in photography. So so much. Well, one thing I really want to try out is taking the Milky Way. So it's almost impossible to take in Singapore. Although other people claim that it can be, but despite the better clear sky, right, it's still difficult to take. Yeah. So well, Milky Way photography is one that I want to try. Of course, another one that I want to try out is some form of a creative light painting photography. So I have some tools ready, so I just have to try out kind of a light painting type of photography. Yeah. So it can be done at home. Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah.
So after the circuit breaker, right, where's the first place that you want to go to practice your photography or to capture the Milky Way?
I think okay, the first thing that I really want to do is after the COVID-19 is to be able at least to roam around Singapore to continue taking photographs. Yeah, so to build up the skill, and I think after COVID-19 we won't be expecting any overseas travel, at least for the short term. Yeah. But once that resume, right, I very much want to travel to overseas place like Taiwan or Indonesia, where UK way photography will be a better. It will be a better place to actually capture the Milky Way in either in the mountain or in some village. Yeah. So hopefully that will come true next year. Yeah.
Yeah, hope that your wish to capture the Milky Way will come true very fast. And after that, you can share with us on how to take the Milky Way.
Yeah, yeah. Hope that will come true. Yeah.
Yeah, and remember to bring me along.
Sure, no problem. We can go along too. I mean, you can take along too, no problem.
Okay, thank you, Richard.
Thank you.
Interesting, right? Capturing lightning usually involves a bit of luck, but with the information from Richard, let's go and get some amazing images. Thank you, Richard, for your time and expertise. Your tips for lightning photography will certainly be useful when we all start traveling together once again. So until that day comes, I'd like to encourage everyone watching to practice the tips that Richard has shared with us. Share with us some of your results. You can connect with Adventures Unlimited on Instagram or on all our social channels. Remember to subscribe to Adventures Unlimited Travel channel for more videos like this. Until the next time, embrace the journey, my friends. We are all alone but still together every step of the way. See you.